Hi there. Today I want to talk to you about something ugly. The ugly truth about multitasking. As direct sellers, it feels like multitasking is a badge of honor because we work our lives and our businesses together. We're flexible. We talk to people about our business when we're sitting at the ballpark. We are always doing more than one thing. But the challenges become when we try to do more than one thing at the same time. We all do it. We talk on the phone while we drive. We text while we're talking to our kids. We try to cook dinner while we're coaching our hostesses. We're always doing more than one thing. But the real truth is, those are the behaviors that are creating that crazy busyness, that feeling like I can never get it all done. Because multitasking doesn't work. And there's a lot of science that proves it. If you just Google multitasking, you're going to see that, tons of articles. The reality is this part of our brain can only do one thing at a time. When we are multitasking, it's really flipping switches back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth from one task to the other. What happens is it engages that whole part of our brain doing that switching. So it can't do what we really need it to do, things like remembering, focusing, creating, prioritizing. Technologies have made it even worse. Just the other day, all of a sudden, randomly on my computer screen, these things, Facebook notifications started popping up. Well, I'm like a little it's like a little magnet. It just draws me right in, and before you know it, boom, half an hour's gone. So that's on my to-do, is to figure out how to turn those off. But the reality is we can't do more than one thing at a time without having a cost. And multitasking has many consequences. When we're on high alert because everything's coming at us, it gets stress. It causes stress. When we attend to all those distractions like Facebook and texts that are coming in while we're trying to talk to someone, it cuts off the communication. This one really freaked me out. You know what? When you multitask, when you're doing more than one thing while you're eating, you eat more. Nobody wants to eat more, I don't think. But if you focus on what you eat, you'll eat less. And the reality is the world passes us by. When you're walking down the street looking at your phone, there's a whole lot happening that you never ever see. And the reality is we remember less because our brain can't focus on remembering when it's flipping back and forth. So, getting more done is really about completing one thing at a time. The studies prove that it takes less time to get two tasks completed when you do them one at a time than when you're trying to do them simultaneously. But it's hard. It's really hard not to have focus going in a bunch of directions at the same time. But here's some things that you might try that might help narrow it down and help you focus on one thing at a time. The big one is turn off the notifications. Stop having email and Facebook flash on your phone and on your computer screen. Instead, take a time out once or twice a day to really look at Facebook or really look at your email. Place your phone face side down on your desk so that you don't see all that stuff popping up at you all the time. Turn the ringer off when you're trying to complete a task. Start each day by deciding what are the one or two things that I really want to get done, and stay with them, hang with them till they're done. What's exciting about when you have a lot of completions, it really is a positive reinforcement for you, and it builds momentum. And here's a big one. Challenge yourself to not be on the phone or texting while you drive. It's really been proven that people who do that get there faster when they're not distracted. The ugly truth about multitasking is it does not work. So what do you really want to accomplish? Who do you really want to pay attention to? Give those things your full attention and watch how the busyness of life just begins to evaporate.